For this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, but with a very familiar archetype. So this is Ebonheart, but the entire premise of this video is, what if I took Ebonheart and just made it bad? And I've done so by stripping out pretty much all of the Slay and Lethal package, and instead I have stuck in the Dragon and Shout package. So this is what I call Dragonheart, which is a really old movie reference as well, but it is dragon-themed Ebonheart. Now, there is still some of the things that you would expect. We are still running Necromancer because that with Hist Mage is just still good. Similarly, we're running Giant Bats and Sanctuary Pets, so Necromancer makes an awful lot of sense. Giant Bats are in here because we are also, again, still running most of the Shout package. I'm not running the Dragon aspect. I am just running Soul Tears and Drain Vitalities, but I wanted to just have a throwback. I said to myself, I remember when, like, Heroes of Skyrim and Shout Scout and things like that were, you know, a formidable foe on the ladder, and I wanted to recreate that experience and do so in a color combination that we didn't have back then. So again, doing it with Ebonheart here. Also, I'm going to be honest, I just wanted an excuse to play Alduin. It's been so long. So we're going to do that right now. We're gonna, again, follow the deck testing format where I'm gonna play 2 games, win or lose on the ladder. Spoiler alert, it's probably gonna be lose. I don't think this deck is very good for the ladder right now. Maybe we'll steal 1 game, I don't know, but it's just, I don't think, super well positioned. However, we do still have Paarthurnax looping. We have Alduin. We have big, powerful plays that we can make. I think this goes back. I'm actually going to keep this because it's ramp, and we're going to keep this because it's a cheap dragon trigger. If you're wondering why this is in here, it counts as a dragon. So it pairs very nicely with your scouts, right? So like Woodland Scout, Blades Scout, they're in here as well. They represent burst healing, card draw, things of that nature. And Automaton here, the Mud Crab God, helps us out. Hey, look, it's Alduin. Hail Alduin. Yeah, look at that art. One of the best, like, I'm just gonna be flat out honest. We'll just pass here. One of the best alternate art cards in the game, period, in my opinion. Just solid art, and it's a shame that we never get to see this. Oh no! Talking about anti-fun. That was not very kind. Sure, we'll throw that out. So if you're wondering, this is in here because I am still running Unstoppable Rage, but since we don't have some of the other flashier rage targets, there's no Night Talon Lords, Dark Seducers, etc. Dawnfang with the Slay gain 5 health can still recoup an awful lot for you. And when you're playing dragons, you've got big bodies, so slapping this on, slaying, getting health is good. If you really want to go aggressive, you can use it offensively, draw some cards. I think Dawnfang is maybe a bit of an underrated item at the moment in a number of decks. I mean, you would think that Unique Legends would be a pretty no-brainer. Like, hey, I include this, but it's not always the case. But again, if you're an aggressive deck, +3/+0, also Pilfer, draw a card, pretty solid. Oh lord!
Seed and spleen.
Did they steal that? So that's the question, right? Did they steal that from me? Or are they naturally running it? It's always the problem with the Shadowfoot. You never know. I hope they didn't steal it from me because I want more spines in my deck. That's a doggo. Let's go ahead and play this so we have our choice, but in this particular matchup, I feel like Soul Tear is going to end up being the more important option. So we'll do this for now. Probably just drop Nahagleave next turn. Nahagleave's really important in control mirror matchups.
Bark and birth.
My poor word wall. Revealing the unseen. fleeting apparition.
Press our advantage.
Well, thankfully this is going back. Because that's scary. Execute! That's not very kind. For the record, that's also another reason we're running Necromancers, because Greybeard Mentor loves it. Hey look, it's a cute little tiny dragon.
Hiding will not save you.
Alright. Nahagleef says he isn't going to save me, but I got a feeling he's actually a bro, and he's totally going to save me. Unfortunately, our hand is kind of clunky in a control mirror at the moment. We have, like, kind of late game combo pieces, some anti-aggro tools. I mean, this is a really big, powerful play, but not what you want in your opening hand. We've only rammed one time so far. It's kind of feels bad. I might regret this, but let's just deny the tome, I guess. All of these plays feel really bad. Guess we can do this. Keep Nahagleef alive. I hate using a ring charge like that, but let's go ahead and keep Nahagleef alive. It's a thorn in their side. Now they could use like Ice Storm now to clear it, but I mean, look at that. They got so many more cards and health. We have nothing. It's almost like we're playing a bad version of Ebonheart. That's all right.
So many purses.
Oh
so
god,
little time.
I hate that card so much.
It should have been more.
I need to build a deck that's just like this and Riften Pickpockets and so on. Maybe we need to build Dominion Unite the Houses.
Rise, my servant.
Well, that's not good. There's a 100% chance they get that back, but joke's on them. All that happened was they stole the trinket from me. I've made that mistake before. You get so excited, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna just wreck them, and then you're like, oh yeah, I remember now. It's not how it works. Another automaton, which again would be nice if we could find our Blades Scout. But sadly, that's not the case at the moment. Because we just want to use it to cycle and draw a bunch of cards, you know? Guess we'll do that. Guess we'll let them hit us. Maybe we'll draw something better. We have a lot of potential burst healing if we draw a Woodland Scout, for example.
Khajiit is having
Behold my power.
Hey, there's a Party
No
Snacks.
matter what.
Problem is, this is 100% going to eat cast into time. Dragon Priest and East March. I don't even know what I'm playing against. Alright, Red Brahman's not a terrible pickup. So I don't think I want to use my last ring charge to slap this down quite yet. So I think we go like this, and we'll just play the tiny dragon over here so that we can set up a potential trade into this. I'm kind of getting tired of this thing hanging out, you know? Yeah, we basically found all of our late game way too early. Like, even Nahagleef we had found way too early.
Should have been more worthy.
We really wish this was Odiving instead of Parthenax. There's another spine. So either they've now stolen 2 of them from me, or they were just naturally running them, and I don't know which is worse, if I'm being honest. Okay, Well, we did find the Odoving we were looking for, so
Your storm is no match for mine.
we got that going for us, which is nice. Problem is this thing is still here. So if they've got Ancano or more lightning bolts, we might just be dead. Makes me a wee bit sad. Sure, I guess. We haven't found a giant bat yet either.
Fight for the glory of lost
Giant bat would be a lifesaver with these soul tears. Well, they got back the trinket that they had stolen from me. Oh no! No! That's bad for so many reasons. That's so bad for me. Well, I guess we just do this and hope they don't have more removal. Love the animation. Win or lose, we got to play Odoving and Alduin.
You cannot hope to outrun destiny.
And our Odoving got stolen. And our Alduin got stolen. This is just not kind. This is not okay. Our Spine of the Elder's Bloods were stolen. Which, that's what they're gonna get back, right? That or Odoving? Like, we're just dead here. We don't have answers. We might as well play Parthenax then. Sure, I guess we'll do this too. Not that it matters, but here, let's let our opponent take all three of the big boys. Let's give them a gift. There you go. You better take this Parthenax. If you don't take all three of the big boys before you kill me, Malone G92. What? I mean, I guess it's lore friendly, but really? I gave you a gift, Malone. Malone, you let me down. If you watch this, just know that you let me and everybody else down. You had the opportunity to take all three of the big dragons and you did not. Shame, shame, shame. All right, so we're gonna queue up again. Probably lose again. Like I said, this deck's just not very good, but it's on theme, and I wanted to do something thematic. It had been a while. I mean, the reality is it's not terrible if you draw the right half of your deck. We didn't find any Woodland Scouts, any of our blades for draw. We had no giant bats for stabilizing. Last game we had Alduin in our opening hand. This time we have Alduin in our opening hand. Apparently that's just going to be a thing. So this is likely a loss as well. 75 cards. Just got to find Alduin in your opening hand, I guess. It's a requirement. Yeah, I mean, if you get the right stuff, you can actually pilot this pretty well, I think. I hope. Maybe. Maybe. I hate that, like, it sticks on a card like that during the mulligan phase. Hey, look, there's a giant bat. I mean, perhaps we're gonna do well because we're not playing against somebody whose entire deck is based around taking your stuff, right? Like when your deck, aka my deck right now, is based around just playing singular big dragons over and over again, and the opposing deck is based around, I think we still do this so that we can play this sooner rather than later. When the opposing deck is based around just taking a single thing over and over again, you're gonna have a bad time. It might be as close to a hard counter as you can get because it kept denying
Death to the enemy.
discard pile stuff too, right?
Feel the power within you.
Well, we can start the giant bat pain train pretty early, so we got that going for us, which is nice.
No quarter.
Wait! Did you hear that?
Care to make a friendly
Gambler.
wager?
I don't think I have a good answer for that unless we top deck it. Go digging. I mean, we're just gonna use it to dig further anyway. No. See, we needed one of these last time as well. Alright, well. Let's just go ahead and slow things down a bit.
Bark and birth.
Set ourselves up for big bats. Because we're going to need it, I think. I mean, we have a lot of healing available now. If we find more dragons that are not Alduin in the opening hand, if we find more dragons, Woodland Lookout represents a lot of healing. Like last hand, right, we had the automatons, the tiny dragon. If you pair it with this, it's very good against aggro. Just gotta hold out hope.
We'll hold, no matter what.
Alright. That's an East March.
Care to make a friendly
It's another
wager?
gambler. That is still not the appropriate answer for gambler.
This is interesting.
I mean, that is nice. That is a beaut.
Riva Sol!
So now the question is, do we play this now, or do we wait and pair it with a rage? Because we're only a couple of turns away from that. I think we wait. I think we do this.
My eyes are open and my senses sharp.
I mean, we're still relatively stalled. We didn't have an answer for that anyway, so we're going to need a big swing in our favor.
You bet on the wrong
This sets
side.
up a trade
Wrong
plus health
side.
gain.
Nice try.
So we're going to do our best here. May have been greedy. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always just play it this next turn as well. And just pair this with the shear point.
I'll whip them into
That allows us to clear most of this up. But the ideal pair would be...
There's a plan. There's always a plan.
be a bit of that action. Alright. Bruma.
I'm ready for anything.
If you want to talk business,
That is a lot of bodies. That is a lot of bodies. This is rather interesting because combined with sheer point, this also wipes a lane. So sadly, it does appear that we're gonna have to use our bat a bit early here to try to survive.
Do not think to sneak by me.
I mean, they have to take this trade, right? So we're just going to try to set ourselves up for surviving long enough to full clear this with the Banelord. Or if they use the rest of their hand to dump over here, then we'll see. But now if this doesn't trade here, then and they load that up, then we just rage. Like we sacrifice the Banelord Shearpoint Dragon clear over there, but we clear another lane and gain a bajillion health. I think that's reasonable. They're doing math over there. Again, no dragons in the discard pile though. Same problem we had last game. Alduin in the opening hand and no other dragons found. So we just gotta be patient. We did eventually get to play Alduin last game. For the low, low price of 14 magicka and being Miracked. Mirack attack. Oh, this is why they were doing math. They're saying, how do I push as much damage as I can here? All right, moment of truth. Do you get rid of the drain? You don't get rid of the drain. Oh, that's why. All right. Well.
Taste a Nazi's blade.
That's a bit of an issue. That is indeed a bit of an issue. We can still full clear things though, right? So we can drop the Banelord here, which because of the shear point, thankfully clears that out. And then we can just do this here. Sadly, we're gonna have to lose this, but this is the best way to make sure that we're in a position where we're not about to die. Because if you drop a guard, for example, they could have removal. We needed to also gain the health with the bat to put us out of like Cliff Racer range. And then we'll have additional guards to play down this turn, so as long as there's no charge creatures, we've got a shot. This could find us a Soul Terror, which would be fantastic. So this is going to be part of our plan regardless. Now it's more likely to find a Drain Vitality.
Observe.
The hist provides.
They're just gonna end up, I
I smell
think,
the stench of the living.
but I think this is still correct. Alright, so now we'll have a 50-50 shot with this Mentor. You play both because you don't want them to have removal.
Just tell me who to stab.
Alright, so that lets him draw a card because he played the Scimitar. But again, like a silence on one
Like Naru.
would have been a bit of an issue. Ooh. Ooh. That is so not good. It's gonna... A lot is gonna come down to whether or not this pulls Soul Tear, methinks. Well... We have another potential out here. So if we do this and this, that leaves us with a guard in both sides. And now we'll have options to drain the following turn. So with 2 cards, we need them to not have Cliff Racer and a Silence, basically.
We must remain steadfast.
Alright, Withered Hand is annoying, but fine. We'll happily pay the premium for this bat. Get some health back. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Odaving's a great pickup. Let's go ahead and ramp up. And we'll let this go. We wanted the 2 guards here. We want to try to protect this even further. And again, if this survives, then we just want to play Unstoppable Rage and gain a bajillion health here.
They will not get past me.
Seems okay. Now we will unfortunately give them a rune, but at this point we're up to 38,
I'll try to draw
so
their
we're fine with it. We'll go 1, 2, 3, just to put him on the edge. We'll ramp some more. And things are looking up. Things are looking up.
Behold my power.
Hey, we stole one with Dragonheart. After literally one was stolen from us just over and over again, we got to steal a victory from aggro Halalu, no less. Turns out, even in 2019, 7/7 giant bats can still get the job done. So anyway, just wanted to have a bit of fun. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.